Hello everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, the rain is bringing sweet relief to fire crews battling raging wildfires in Nova Scotia. Plus, we'll head to sea with a lobsterman to talk about the challenges he faces to stay in business. And the dreary weather couldn't stop a big celebration from happening along the Brewer River Walk over the weekend. We'll give you a look back at that as well. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Craig Colson. Emma Smith is off this morning. We thank you so much for joining us. We'll get to all those stories coming up in just a few moments, but first a check of the forecast, and it's not looking really that great for this week. If you enjoyed the rainy weather over the weekend, you're in luck because it looks like it will continue throughout the week. It's maybe forcing us to slow down a little bit. That's the way I'm looking at it anyway, but I'm also ready for it to end. Let's check in with Devin Biggs to see what the day holds for us.
Hey, Craig, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, let's get things rolling out here this morning. Small craft advisories are posted along the coast until 8 a.m. as we head towards your Tuesday. So we have all of today to go through yet. Active surf courtesy of this area low pressure that continues to sit and spin. This whole week, for this matter, is going to be rather dreary out there with chances for rain that will be moving through. There will be breaks as well, so it will not rain constantly all week long. There will be some breaks, but we do have this developing this morning, tracking from the east going toward the west, and a little bit from the south to the north as well. Let's zoom things out right now. Here's the area low pressure right here that just continues to sit and spin with an area with a cold front further down to the south. So again, we're going to be dealing with this as the week progresses on with some decent rainfall throughout the week too. Here's a few breaks I'll be developing later today, but more rain on the way later on tonight and parts of tomorrow. So this will be coming in the form of waves over the next several days this week. And we will have a little bit of wind on the way as well. Some sustained winds that can reach up around 10, maybe 15 miles per hour. And notice we'll keep that going and maybe increase it a bit, especially as we head towards your Tuesday. So your forecast for today, mid-50 scattered showers and breezy out there. North wind at its worst could get up to around 30 miles per hour at times. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, we have rain on the way. Temperatures only in the 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig?
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll see you a little later on. In today's news, one man is dead after his car crashed into a tree last night in Kittery. Police say it happened on Dennett Road a little before 7 o'clock. They discovered a car had gone off the road and struck a tree, and the male driver was found dead at the scene. Police aren't sure what caused the driver to lose control, possibly a medical issue. That crash remains under investigation. Rain has brought some much-needed relief to crews battling wildfires in Nova Scotia. The province is reeling from its worst-ever wildfire season, which prompted thousands of evacuations. Although the fires are still burning this morning, the rain has helped contain the largest fire near Halifax. Fox News senior correspondent Claudia Cohen has more.
This rain has assisted our firefighters in the field, and we're glad to have it.
After weeks of hot, dry conditions in Canada, cooler temperatures and rain showers finally arrived, helping firefighters in the province of Nova Scotia battle blazes that have already scorched some 25,000 acres. It is the largest wildfire in the province's history, forcing thousands of people from their homes over the weekend. Crews are working around the clock to extinguish hot spots, but fire officials say a large portion is now contained.
The terrible uncertainty of when they can go back to their homes and what awaits them when they get there.
But dozens of properties have already been destroyed in what is being described as the worst ever wildfire season in Canada. The government is sending in Canadian soldiers, and firefighters from abroad are also coming to help.
But morale is really, really high because they're seeing the fruits of their labor, and everybody's kind of on cloud nine right now.
Smoke raging from the wildfires threatened several states in the northeastern part of the U.S. earlier this week. The National Weather Service previously issued air quality alerts for parts of New Jersey and Pennsylvania, with officials as far south as Maryland and Virginia reporting an impact. The elderly and those with asthma or other lung diseases are being urged to limit their time outdoors.
Be responsible and be mindful of the conditions.
Earlier this month, the Environmental Protection Agency reported unhealthy air quality in parts of the Rockies and the Midwest because of the Canadian wildfires. Claudia Cowan, Fox News.
Well, in other news this morning, Senator Susan Collins will be among those taking part in a celebration this morning in Skowhegan. A groundbreaking ceremony will be held to celebrate New Balance's expansion of its footwear manufacturing facility. The $65 million investment will add 200 new jobs and will double the factory's production capabilities through a 120,000 square foot addition. Construction is expected to be completed by the end of 2024. The Labor and Housing Committee made a historic decision last week that could benefit Maine workers and their families. Our Matthew Juronsik with that story.
After 7 hours of testimony during a public hearing last week and a lengthy workshop Thursday, the Labor and Housing Committee voted to advance a bill that would create a statewide paid family and medical leave program.
I'm absolutely over the moon. Yesterday was a really, really big day.
The bill is sponsored by Senator Maddie Daughtry and Representative Kristen Cloutier. They say this is something that all Mainers need.
There are 11, now 12 states that have PFML programs. Maine is the only state in New England that does not offer a paid family medical leave program.
The Labor and Housing Committee made some amendments to the bill during the work session. As it reads now, the proposed bill would allow employees to take up to 12 weeks of paid leave each year. During that time, the benefited amount would equal to 90% of a worker's wage for income earned up to half of a Mainer's average weekly wage. The Maine Paid Leave Coalition issued a statement following the decision saying, quote, "Paid family and medical leave will help Maine people, families, and businesses succeed. We urge lawmakers to finish the work of the Commission of Senator Daughtry and Representative Cloutier and accept the strong vote from this committee to finally deliver what Mainers so clearly support, a comprehensive paid family and medical leave program," end quote. Senator Daughtry says she's hopeful that the House and Senate will see the importance of this bill to Maine families.
Only 35% of Mainers have access to unpaid family medical leave. That leaves the majority of Mainers stuck with no access to unpaid leave, let alone paid leave. I think they'll hear loud and clear what we did.
The proposed bill is expected to be voted on in the Senate as early as next week and by the House the following week. In Augusta, Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, a bill that would establish changes to Maine's tipping laws for restaurant workers faces additional action in the legislature. The House of Representatives has voted to advance a bill that would benefit both restaurants and workers by bringing Maine into alignment with recent changes in federal regulations regarding tip pooling. Maine law currently prohibits the distribution of tips to workers not classified as service employees, including dishwashers and cooks. Under LD 903, the proposed law would allow an employer who pays full minimum wage to employees to include those non-service workers in a tip pooling agreement. The sponsor says it would create better parity and fairness for a historically underserved part of the industry. We'll have more on that as it becomes available. Well, making it official, 4 courthouses are now under one roof in Biddeford. All right, we'll just keep going then. There we go.
2, 3.
Judicial Center happened Friday morning. The facility opened last month. It combines the Alfred, Biddeford, Springvale, and York courthouses into one location on Elm Street. Governor Mills joined Chief Justice Valerie Stanfill to make the dedication, saying she hopes the new facility will be welcoming for those seeking justice.
And it is my hope that these doors will welcome all comers and keep them safe, keep them believing in the state of Maine, believing in the democracy that keeps us all secure.
There are 10 courtrooms in that facility with modernized security features throughout the building. Maine lobstermen say they've been struggling to make a living following recent economic and regulatory changes. Our David Ledford spent the day with members of the industry to learn more.
We get told what we're going to get paid for the product, and we get told what we're going to be charged for the bait. And we're the ones providing, and it seems as though we're the ones also getting the short end of the stick.
Lobster. It's an undeniable staple of Maine life and cuisine, but the people who bring it to our tables say they're struggling to stay afloat. With rising inflation, fishermen say they've been hit hard.
For me personally, it was like $800 a day just to go fishing, and that was on like a $3 lobster. So you got to go and you got to catch over 250 pounds before you even break expense.
That's going to bait and fuel before we even leave the harbor.
In addition to the rising costs of running a lobster fishing business, lobstermen say that fishing regulations have made it more difficult to turn a profit, even when reeling in a good haul.
We are complying with every rule or regulation they come down with weak links in our rope, to gear marking to identify where the rope comes from if there is an entanglement. And now we got weak links that are supposed to break at a certain tensile strength. My sternman or myself could get hurt if that thing snaps.
These lobster fishing restrictions went into effect last year in an effort to protect endangered North Atlantic right whales. However, lobstermen say the rules are impractical and have led to a loss of revenue.
That doesn't leave a lot for me, and it don't leave enough for him, especially with regulations and all that stuff, because all this stuff costs money. The weak links cost money, the rope costs money, the purple rope costs money.
Fishermen say they're hoping that lawmakers will work with members of the industry to keep lobstering alive.
We need to be heard, and we need someone that's just not in these groups, but in the State House.
If we don't do something about this, if we don't have a voice and have somebody talk for us that has some power to handle this, then we won't be anymore.
In Stonington, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Awful pretty out there. Well, the time now is 6:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, there's a new food truck in Orono that's serving up delicious food, and locals can't get enough of it. But first, another check of that weather forecast. A dreary day on the way. We can expect more scattered showers today with a high near 55 degrees. The rain will continue overnight with lows in the upper 40s tomorrow. Much like today, more scattered showers on the way. The highs on Tuesday, 56 degrees.
Meadow is a very user-friendly golf course. We have some very good rates. We have discounts for military people. We have discounts for seniors, individual and group lessons for juniors.
The greens, especially this year, they're in excellent shape. It's not a course that won't allow you to hit the ball 10 or 12 times on any hole and still have fun.
There's some challenges out there, but there's also some risk rewards.
It's convenient. You can come in Union Street, you can come in Route 2. It's just in a great location.
It's just a fun place to play.
Harris Lumber is locally owned and has been serving the Pequot region for more than 50 years. See them for all your projects, big or small. Customer service is their #1 priority. And with a full line of lumber and hardware items, they can also deliver to your job site. Harris Lumber, Milo.
This morning, Sir Elton John himself is live on
Good Morning America!
And this week, Alicia Keys, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Samuel L. Jackson, all live right here.
You gotta love it.
On
Good Morning America.
All the nonsense
Fibber
meets no nonsense.
I don't buy it.
Judge Judy.
Weekdays at 5 on ABC 7.
Avian Haven is not only dedicated to rescuing and rehabilitating injured birds, but also wounded turtles.
So if you are saving one snapper, you're really doing the work to save the species.
We'll have the slow and steady race to recovery story tonight on ABC 7 News at 6.
Welcome back, everyone. A local farm showcased handmade craft items for sale. That's what I'm trying to say. Rain or shine, the owner of the Howling Goat Farm, Ashley Clabe, can be found the first weekend of every month vending handmade items like soaps and crocheted pot holders or oddities like ram skulls. Clabe says she was inspired to start the fair after she noticed a lot of craft fairs were staying away from personally crafted items.
I used to go to craft shows, and I found that they're kind of ending up with crafts that aren't homemade anymore. So I decided to start my own craft show so that people can, they put their blood, sweat, and tears into their creations, and I respect that, and we're just trying to bring back the homemade, home goods vibe.
Well, if you would like to learn more about the fair, you can check out this story on our website at foxbangor.com. Even though most UMaine students have left for summer break, a new food truck in Orono is receiving lots of support from the community as they serve up some great eats. Our Grace Blanchard has the story.
FWOB, which stands for Friends Without Benefits, made its way onto the Orono scene this past month after parking its food truck across from the fire station. It's led by a team of 3 childhood friends who decided after the pandemic they wanted to take on a new business adventure together.
Oh, it's been great. Really happy. We've been posted up in Orono. Everybody that's come through has been super nice. We haven't had any bad experiences, and got a lot of compliments. So couldn't get much better than that.
Owners Delaney Burns, Matthew Kuna, and Gavin Russell say placing themselves in a town where the population drops nearly 12,000 this time of year as students pack up to go home for the semester was definitely a risk. But despite the lack of student population at certain points of the year, they do not regret parking their truck in a college town.
I genuinely thought that when the students went home, we would be dead. But actually, the town of Orono has come out to play, and it's been awesome. We have so many regulars now. We get a lot of landscapers, electricians. We've had the fire department, a few policemen, some professors, and we also have our family and friends are very supportive. So we've had a lot of them coming from Patton.
The truck features a wide menu of burgers, fries, and more. Owner Matthew Kuna's sister brought her 2 daughters out to the truck and is happy to see their success despite challenges they have faced.
They've had some struggles getting started. It's kind of seems like lots of things have gone against them. But since they've actually officially opened this year, things have been going really great. On Facebook all the time I always hear people saying how amazing the food is, the fries, the burgers. My 2 girls are really excited to be here today to try the milkshakes out. And we're really glad that we were able to come up here.
Owner Delaney Burns says despite the traditional time frame of food truck season, they plan on welcoming the University of Maine students back to Orono next semester.
We want to be open until the snow hits. So we've already got a few rounds of specials plans for the students coming back. We're really excited about. I'm not going to go into detail of that just yet, but I'm really excited about the students coming back. Hopefully doing something for them that's a little different. There's so many other great businesses in this area, and we want to be a part of things. So that's what we're hoping for, is to be a part of things and for the students to come hang out with us.
For more information about the food truck, you can check out their website or find them on Facebook at FWOB. In Orono, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Looks pretty tasty. Well, a Bangor-based organization is determined to provide every first grader in Maine with a new book for every month of the school year. Dirigo Reads is currently in 85 schools across all 16 Maine counties. The organization's mission is to improve the health and well-being of children in Maine through literacy. Dirigo Reads co-founder Dan Cashman says it's essential to get kids reading at an early age.
It fosters a love for reading, and literacy rates could be higher in Maine. They could be higher everywhere. And that really starts at a young age, getting kids to fall in love with reading, fall in love with books.
Schools or businesses interested in taking part should visit Dirigo Reads' contact form on their website and fill out the application. An awful nice thing they're doing. Well, the time now is 6:18. Coming up after the break, ever heard of the Herman Ham Fest? It doesn't have anything to do with pork. We'll hear from the Pine State Amateur Radio Club as Good Morning Maine continues.
Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor is the best and only spot you should go to for your rug cleanings. Serving Maine for more than 70 years, we care about your rugs. Clean rugs last longer, and our family takes pride in being the professionals that you can trust. Our cleaning process consists of soaking your rug in a bath, shampooing, rinsing, and drying in a humidity-controlled dry room, making sure no detail is overlooked. Need a repair? We fully service every type of rug for you. Saliba's Rug Cleaners.
We care about your rugs.
It's summer and the savings are heating up at the Furniture Gallery. Sofas starting at $3.99. Recliners starting at $2.99. Queen mattresses also starting at $2.99. Ashley, FlexSteel, Nectar, Restonic, and Serta. If it's in stock, it's yours to take home today. So what are you waiting for? The Furniture Gallery Summer Savings Sale is huge. Special financing is available. Support our Maine family-owned business and save money. Your best value is always at the Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Newport, and North Windham.
Maine is a one-of-a-kind beautiful state, and there's no better way to see it than from the air. Fletcher Mountain Aviation offers an aerial experience like no other, featuring seaplane flights where you will see the best views in Maine from the air and land on Maine's most beautiful lakes. An experience you will never forget, with views from the northern Maine woods, Moosehead Lake, and Katahdin regions. Come fly and see our beautiful state from the sky with Fletcher Mountain Aviation. Visit our website here or scan the QR code to book your flight today.
Amateur radio enthusiasts from near and far came together at Herman High School over the weekend. The Pine State Amateur Radio Club hosted the 35th Herman Ham Fest, an event where ham radio operators meet to discuss the hobby, swap equipment, and get licensed. Event organizer Jerry Burns spoke about what it means to be a ham radio operator.
We do the communications when all the cell phones are down. The rest of it is fellowship, camaraderie, guys with similar interests, and ladies too with similar interests.
Radio enthusiasts also practice launching antenna wires for their equipment. For those interested in learning more about that hobby, you can visit the website for the Pine State Amateur Radio Club at n1me.org. That is the letter N, the number 1me.org. Well, despite the weather, many came out for the Brewer Riverwalk Festival over the weekend. Our David Ledford spoke with organizers about what the event had to offer.
It's a lot of fun.
We wanted to give a demonstration to show the community what we've been working on.
It's a great opportunity for everyone to just be together and have fun.
The city of Brewer hosted the 3rd annual Brewer Riverwalk Festival Saturday. Organizers say the day had something for everyone, with food trucks, a craft fair, children's activities, and more.
We really just want to promote Brewer and the Riverwalk and coming to Brewer and all of our beautiful businesses and opportunities that we have here for children, things like that. So we just want to really bring people to the area to see how beautiful it is.
Other attractions included a Touch a Truck activity, courtesy of Brewer Public Safety, where kids could explore a fire truck up close. The Brewer High School robotics team was also in attendance, offering demonstrations of their machines.
We have Igor, which is our military robot, driving around. We have one that we use to compete this season, and another one we've been working on, and just play with kids, basically.
Local businesses and festival participants say the event means a lot for the city.
An event like this really helps support the community. They've invested a lot here in the downtown Brewer area with the Riverwalk, so it's nice to come out and celebrate and bring some smiles to everybody's face.
In Brewer, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Nice to see people still turned out for that. It was not a great weekend. Kind of cold out there, or really cold in some places, and lots of rain too. And unfortunately, it looks like it will continue. The good news is it's good for the fire danger. So we're in pretty good shape when it comes to that in Maine now. For more on what we can expect today and through the week, let's check in with Devin.
Alrighty, Craig, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. With locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Here we go. Small craft advisory in effect for us, and this will last until about 8 a.m. as we head towards the Tuesday. You see that high surf advisory right here. It's actually further down to the south by the Boston area. That's under that advisory until 8 p.m. So for us, it's just a small craft advisory. The wave heights right now are at around 5 to 8 feet, so it's a little active out there this morning, and we'll keep this going through at least Tuesday with this area low pressure that continues to sit and spin and bring some rain with it as well. Not horrible rainfall. There's a few areas that aren't too wet, but some moderate rainfall to the south and east. This is all tracking to the west and a little bit to the north and west too, so we'll keep this rain going as the day progresses on. Notice the east to west pattern. Pretty much a general southeast to northwest is going to be the general idea for that direction today before we catch a little bit of a break later today to the afternoon period. So this will only be during the morning period, but then by the afternoon things will start to improve as we do proceed forward in time. But this is the area low pressure right here that's going to be sitting and spinning for the next several days. We'll have to wait until about Friday night for this thing to finally clear out of here and things start to improve just a bit. So futurecast moving forward for today, we have rain showers on the way. We'll have another wave on the way from the east going toward the west, especially as we head towards early Tuesday morning. And we'll keep that going throughout the day for you Tuesday as well. So again, just a dreary week on the way with plenty of rain that will be on the way as well. Even Tuesday night into Wednesday, notice where the area low pressure is at, continuing to send rain in our direction. So how much rain can we see for the entire week? It's going to be very gradual, though. We're not going to see all this all at once, but between now and at least Saturday afternoon, possibly up to an inch of rainfall before we're all finished up. We've been dry recently, too, so we could definitely use the rain. On top of that, we're dealing with some gusty winds, too, that can reach up around 20 to 30 miles per hour at times today, but becoming a little more widespread tomorrow as the area low pressure tracks to the north just a little bit. So, again, be ready for a little bit of wind as well. Average high temperature 72 degrees, only in the middle to upper 50s the next few days, maybe some lower 60s Thursday into Friday, upper 60s Saturday, some improvement as we head towards your Sundays, we're back in the lower 70s. So your forecast for today, mid-50s, scattered showers and breezy out there. The north wind getting up to around 30 miles per hour. For tonight, upper 40s, scattered showers and breezy out there again. The north wind getting up to around 15 miles per hour. For tomorrow, mid-50s, scattered showers, breezy out there again. North wind getting up to around 25 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. So here we go. Very soggy week on the way. Some breaks in the precipitation. We'll see some of that as well. But otherwise, though, plenty of rain shower chances on the way. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news. And Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
Some things are worth waiting for. Something reliable, something loyal, something long-lasting. A 6-year warranty? Coyote's got that. One machine for all the dirty work? Count on Coyote. Coyote won't break your heart, and Whittemore & Sons got the deals that won't break the bank. So quit swiping and settling for less. Slide into Whittemore & Sons and be treated like family by a family who cares. 257 Waterville Road, Skowhegan.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Mainly Eyes and Maple Lane Farms wants to send you to see Kane Brown live in concert on his Drunk or Dreaming tour with special guests Gabby Barrett and Restless Road, Thursday, June 22nd at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Mainly Eyes, the #1 choice for your eye care and eyewear needs. Located inside the Bangor Mall and Maple Lane Farms, the best kept secret in Penobscot County. Stop by and purchase one of our meat packages today. Win tickets to see Kane Brown, June 22nd on the Bangor waterfront. Luna Family Auto Sales is a locally owned business run by a husband and wife team.
Here at Luna Family Auto Sales, we combine our passion for cars with providing service to the community and local economy. Featuring no dark or hidden fees at all, we offer financing for all credit types and service everything we sell.
Check out our website at lunafamilyautosales.com.
Or come in and say hi. We'd love to meet you and introduce ourselves. Luna Family Auto Sales, 649 Stillwater Ave, Old Town.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news. And Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Several deadly shootings in the last 24 hours have kept San Antonio police busy. One today on the east side left a man dead and 2 others critically injured. As Lee Waldman reports, it came just hours after a rally to end gun violence.
Heartbreaking moments of families holding on to one another after losing a loved one to a shooting on the east side at the Antioch Village Apartments.
This was not a random shooting. This was targeted for a specific individual.
Chief William McManus says a vehicle with several people were waiting at the apartments for a man the chief called an intended target. That man walked out of an apartment to meet with several people in a different vehicle. That's when the 2 groups opened fire. 3 people were shot. 1 died at the scene and 2 others were taken in critical condition to the hospital. Afterwards, chaos ensued. An officer with San Antonio Police Department was allegedly punched in the face.
Relatives who wanted to get to the decedent, and when they were not allowed into the crime scene, that's when things kind of got ugly.
2 members of the media were also assaulted. One of our photographers had her camera pushed to the ground. This shooting came just hours after a rally demanding an end to gun violence, also on the east side at Phyllis Wheatley Park.
We lost family members, friends, and community partners to gun violence, and the community violence needs to end.
June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. Advocates show support by wearing orange. Today, several groups like Big Mama Safe House and Moms Demand Action held this rally to get the community to come together against gun violence.
Everyone is tired of the way the status quo, and we're just fed up, and we're gonna make a change.
Well, now to the race for the White House. Most of the Republican presidential hopefuls were in Iowa over the weekend, pitching themselves as the future of the party. It comes as the number of Republicans running for president is expected to grow in the coming days. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the latest.
The Republican field in the 2024 presidential race is about to get even more crowded. Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie is expected to announce he's running for president tomorrow, followed by a similar announcement by former Vice President Mike Pence on Wednesday. Nearly every Republican running for president spending the weekend in Iowa, appearing at a rally at the state fairgrounds near Des Moines.
America is not a land of oppression. America is the land of opportunity.
Pence in jeans, boots, and a leather vest.
We're looking forward to being back in Iowa on Wednesday.
Hopping on the back of his Harley at an annual roast and ride, teasing his presidential announcement.
One of the reporters just asked me if we're showing up more in Iowa, what our lane would be. I said, I'm more worried about the lane we're going to be staying in today. So.
Former President Donald Trump, the leading Republican presidential candidate, notably absent from the event after spending 2 days in the state last week.
What message does it send that you're here in Donald Trump visit?
I'm just happy to be here. I think the folks here are great.
Meanwhile, another candidate, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, taking part in a CNN town hall in Des Moines last night, calling on voters to choose a new generational leader.
It is time for us to leave the baggage of the past, the negativity to the past.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Saudi Arabia says it will reduce the amount of crude oil it sells on the global market, taking a unilateral step to actually prop up oil prices. Saudi says it will cut its oil output by 1 million barrels a day starting next month. The country made the announcement following a meeting of OPEC members at the organization's headquarters in Vienna. The rest of the OPEC countries agreed to extend the current production cuts through the end of the next year. The oil producers have been concerned about a drop in oil prices and an expected supply glut. Well, this morning, mounting tensions between the U.S. and China. We have new video after a Chinese warship cut off a U.S. destroyer, nearly colliding with it in Taiwan. It's just the latest aggressive military move by the country that has U.S. officials on edge. ABC's Lindsay Watts has more.
New video this morning shows just how close a Chinese warship came to a U.S. military destroyer in the Taiwan Strait Saturday. The video captured from aboard the USS Chung Hoon, and additional footage of the incident coming from Canadian broadcaster Global News. Estimates are the Chinese ship was just 150 yards from the U.S. destroyer. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin warning China's government.
Do the right things to rein in that kind of conduct, because I think accidents can happen that could cause things to spiral out of control.
China's defense minister is defending its warship, telling the U.S. to, quote, mind your own business, and calling the U.S. and Canadian military presence in the Taiwan Strait a provocation. The U.S. is seeing an alarming increase in confrontations with China. Just last week, a Chinese fighter jet flew within 400 feet of an American spy plane over the South China Sea, forcing the U.S. plane to bounce wildly through turbulence of the fighter jet's wake. U.S. officials criticized the maneuver as unnecessarily aggressive and part of a pattern by China.
They're trying to flex their muscles and advance authoritarianism. We need to stand strong.
The Republican chair of the U.S. Intelligence Committee calls China's aggression unbelievable, also highlighting that massive Chinese spy balloon that traveled across the U.S. before being shot down. The Biden administration is looking for a diplomatic fix to the souring relations, sending a senior State Department official on a rare visit to Beijing. China's defense minister declined a meeting with Defense Secretary Austin at a security conference in Singapore on Friday, although the two did have a brief discussion at dinner. Austin says more conversations are needed to avoid miscalculations that could lead to crisis.
Lindsay Watts reporting. Well, still to come on the second half of our broadcast, the Fields Pond Audubon Center is undertaking some important research in how climate change affects local pollinator populations. We'll hear about that and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Dave Matthews Band Live. Friday, June 16th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. On sale Friday at 10 a.m. at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. Pre-order the new album, Walk Around the Moon, now.
Almost 1/3 of investment fraud victims are over 60. If someone offers you an investment, ask them these questions first. Are you licensed with the Maine Office of Securities? Are the securities registered? What are all of the risks and fees? How and when will I get my money back? Check before you invest. Contact the Maine Office of Securities. If we don't know, we can't help. And get the Smart Investors Checklist at investors.maine.gov.
I got certified as a crash reconstructionist in 2005. I've investigated 150 crashes. 90% of those are speed related.
Vehicle rolled over several times.
When vehicles approach 30 miles an hour over the speed limit, the injuries start getting more serious to the point of being fatal. It's scary how fast someone's life can be altered forever just by driving a little bit too fast. The old adage is speed kills. It is absolutely the case.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Today is Monday, June 5th, 2023. That also means that Pride Month is underway. It all began as a way to pay tribute to those who were involved in the Stonewall riots of 1969 when police raided a gay club in New York City. It resulted in bar patrons, neighborhood residents, and others rioting into the streets and set off days of protests and clashes. Protesters demanded the establishment of places where LGBTQ people could go and be open about their sexual orientation without being arrested. Now, Pride celebrations are held around the country each June to remember that time and to support each other as many continue to struggle. Bangor's Pride Festival, by the way, and parade will be held on June 24th this year. On this day in history, back in 1752, Benjamin Franklin flew a kite for the first time to demonstrate that lightning was a form of electricity. In 1919, Congress passed the 19th Amendment, granting women the right to vote. In 1968, Senator Robert Kennedy was shot and mortally wounded after winning California's Democratic presidential primary, and his killer was arrested at the scene. And finally, in 1981, a mystery illness, later known as AIDS, was reported for the first time in the U.S. Today's birthdays include actor Mark Wahlberg, who turns 52 years old today, a great actor, and I love watching him in some of his action flicks. Singer Brian McKnight is 53, jazz musician Kenny G is 67, and Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor is 68 years old today. Happy birthday to all of them. I also want to do a shout out to Troy and Allison Bailey of Hamden. They celebrated their anniversary over the weekend. I just wanted to wish them a happy anniversary. They're part of our loyal viewership in the morning here. We do appreciate you watching every morning. All right, now we're going to turn our attention over to that forecast. Unfortunately, the dreary weather will continue. Here's Devin with your forecast.
Hey, Craig, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, let's get things rolling out here this morning. Small craft advisories are posted along the coast until 8 a.m. as we head towards your Tuesday. So we have all upstate to go through yet. Active surf courtesy of this area low pressure that continues to sit and spin. This whole week, for this matter, is going to be rather dreary out there, with chances for rain that will be moving through. There will be breaks as well, so it will not rain constantly all week long. There will be some breaks, but we do have this developing this morning, tracking from the east going toward the west, and a little bit from the south to the north as well. Let's zoom things out right now. Here's the area low pressure right here that just continues to sit and spin with an area with a cold front further down to the south. So again, we're going to be dealing with this as the week progresses on, with some decent rainfall throughout the week too. Here's a few breaks I'll be developing later today, but more rain on the way later on tonight into parts of tomorrow, so this will be coming in the form of waves over the next several days this week. And we will have a little bit of wind on the way as well. Some sustained winds that can reach up around 10, maybe 15 miles per hour. And notice we'll keep that going and maybe increase it a bit, especially as we head towards your Tuesday. So your forecast for today, mid-50s, scattered showers and breezy out there. North wind at its worst could get up to around 30 miles per hour at times. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, we have rain on the way. Temperatures only in the 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig?
All right, thank you, Devin. The Maine Audubon Organization is buzzing its way into a new research study involving insects. In partnership with the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, Professor Peter Dunn, Maine Audubon has set up malaise traps in 3 locations. The goal is to discover how climate change affects insect populations. Fields Pond Audubon Center Community Outreach Coordinator Melissa Gallagher says the insects that fly around us every day are a lot more important than you think.
Insects are the biggest part of our ecosystem, so without them, none of this happens around us.
Researchers set up the traps for 3 days at a time in hopes to better understand how the changing environment affects them. Very interesting. Well, still to come this morning, Ryan Sudol will have all the latest with sports. Don't go away. Much more coming up.
It's summer and the savings are heating up at the Furniture Gallery. Sofas starting at $3.99. Recliners starting at $2.99. Queen mattresses also starting at $2.99. Ashley, FlexSteel, Nectar, Restonic, and Serta. If it's in stock, it's yours to take home today. So what are you waiting for? The Furniture Gallery Summer Savings Sale is huge. Special financing is available. Support our Maine family-owned business and save money. Your best value is always at the Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Newport, and North Windham.
I got hurt in a car accident, and I've got some questions. Can a lawyer start working on my case for no money up front? Could I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I answer car accident questions like these every day. Call the Twos and let's talk about your case.
I called the Twos, and Lowry & Associates got me $300,000.
Call the Twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Mossy Ledge Spirits is a true hidden gem in Etna. Located just 3 miles off I-95, exit 167, we are home to tastings, tours, cocktails, to-go drinks, bottles, live music, and priceless memories. So enjoy some pizza and raise a glass here at Mossy Ledge Spirits.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Wood, composite, or PVC, with options that include the modern look of cable railing. Your perfect new deck begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with Maine baseball. It was win or go home for the Black Bears in their NCAA regional bracket down in Coral Gables. They faced the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana to keep their season alive. Top 5, Maine down 7-1, but Jake Marquez says, I think I can help. That one's going to hit the track. A 2-run shot to left that scores Dean O'Neill. It's now 7-3. Bottom 5, 8-3 now. Cajuns' John Taylor rips one into right center. That'll roll to the wall. Connor Higgs and Julian Brock come in to score. Taylor's going to dig for 3, but the throw is in time there. Marquez the tag, but it's now 10-3. Top 6, back and forth we go. It's Dean O'Neill's turn with a runner on. The freshman catcher, a jack to left. That's his first homer as a Black Bear, and what a place to do it in. Matt McElwain scores, and it's 10-5. But those Cajun bats would prove too much in the end. Bottom 7, 14-5. Carson Rocafort with 2 men on, showing pure power with this home run. 3-run shot. It's 17-5. Maine would outscore Louisiana the rest of the way, but the Cajuns win at 19-10. The Black Bears season ends here, but what a run it was. And congratulations to the Black Bears for getting that far. First conference championship in 12 years. Okay, now let's move to the track. It was state championship day Saturday as classes A, B, and C all crowned individual and team champions at their 3 meets. And we've got highlights from Class C down at Coney. It was a cold one there and everywhere, plus a little rain delay. Kudos to the ones that stayed. Let's start with the boys' 6 1500-meter run headlined by Sumner Jr. Caleb Colson. He qualified with a time 16 seconds ahead of second place, but by the end of the first lap, he'd be in the middle of the pack. You see him cross right there. But then he found his groove, crossing the line here on lap number 3. And then finally, on the final lap, he pulls a Secretariat, looks behind him to see if he's still ahead. He is, and he wins the 1600 state title with a time of 4:45.30, his 4th overall state title in the event. So to him, it's almost a walk in the park.
A little colder than I wanted, but it's all right. Nothing special. It was just a nice, easy race.
Amazing. Now to the girls' 400-meter dash. This one was headlined by a battle near the front. Winslow senior Allie Kimball qualified with a time 1600ths of a second ahead of Lisbon's Kayla Cooper. There you see Kimball in the black, Cooper ahead in white. And it would be as advertised down the stretch. Cooper leading here, but Kimball pushing and pushing and pushing to pass her up and cross the line with a time of 1:01.9 to win the state title at 400 meters. This being her last chance at state, it wasn't hard to find inspiration.
My thought was just, I want to win. It's my senior year, so I just want to do it for everyone who's been there to support me my entire high school career.
Okay, and now the results from each class. Class A boys went to Brunswick with 76 points, followed by Falmouth 73 and Bonnie Eagle 63. And girls Class A, congratulations to Bangor with an even 100 points over Scarborough, who had 80, and Portland with 69. Class B now, an incomplete event because of various field events being postponed because of weather. But as of right now, Leavitt 105 points ahead of Greeley 69 and York's 65, and York with 88 points over Greeley's 54 and Freeport's 48. To Class C, what you just saw, Orono sweeping both the boys and the girls. The boys had 105 points over Lisbon 69 and Washington Academy's 65. Orono girls 121 over North Yarmouth 79 and Bucksport's 77. Okay, now to the tennis courts we go. Another big day for high school tennis Saturday as the North Regional Championships were held at Bates College. Let's take a look at highlights from the Class C title matches. Okay, starting with the boys. Number 2, Callis against top-seeded Orono. Second set of third singles. Callis' Charlie Bitar against Orono's Nick Agarwal. Look at the fake here by Agarwal. He makes Bitar run for it, but he can't get to it. Point Agarwal, he wins that match straight. Second singles, Caden Small against Ashim Wise. That return by Wise placed perfectly on Small's racket. It forces out. Second set now, nice return by Wise coming up here off the back foot, but Small stalking the ball in midair and snipes it right where Wise can't get it. Small gets the Devils the match win in straights. To first singles, first set, Orono's Henry Boutens against Jeremy Turner. Gets this return out of midair. Turner goes off balance. It hits the net. Boutens the point. Turner wins the match straight, but the damage had been done. Orono wins C-North 3-2 and move to state.
It felt amazing. I was extremely nervous for the entire match. In my second set, it was much more reserved, but we got the job done, and that's what matters.
Now to the girls' Class C title. Top seed Washington Academy taking on 6th seed Fort Kent. First doubles, great match. WA's Cora Sanchez and Olivia Jorgensen against Maddie Philbrook and Mia Voisin. Philbrook the drop shot, but Jorgensen says, that makes it 4-3 Raiders in the first tiebreaker. Second tiebreaker, Philbrook off the serve. Sanchez the return, but Philbrook catching them off guard. Fort Kent wins that match. It's 1-1. 2-1 Warriors now, and we go to first singles. WA's Sarah Moulton against Anna Albert. Absolutely perfect placement by Moulton here to get the point. She would win in straight sets, but before that happened, at second singles, Yagmor Buluk-Basi with the velocity on this return. It goes off Fort Kent's Julia Sears racket and out. That clinches the North title for the Warriors. They win 4-1. It means a bunch for them to go to state, and for Buluk-Basi, it means even more than that.
It's insane to us. I mean, I didn't think we were going to make it this far, and then we did it, and it feels good. It was stressful, but we did it.
I'm an international student, and my parents couldn't make any game, but we're going to states, and they're going to be here for that. So I'm really glad, and I'm happy, and so excited.
And now for the A and B results for North Regionals. At girls Class A, number 1 Brunswick defeated number 3 Camden Hills. At Class B girls, number 3 Foxcroft Academy defeated number 1 Waterville. At Class A boys, number 1 Skowhegan defeated number 2 Brunswick. And at Class B boys, number 2 Foxcroft defeated number 1 MDI. That's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
I come down the road one day and we counted 23 trees down. A small compact tractor is plenty to do what you need to do.
From the beginning, he wanted John Deere.
I had nothing before. I was doing everything by hand, unloading shingles out of boats, stone and sand and wood chips. No, those days are over.
We are United, your local John Deere dealer.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine for more than 30 years with an extensive inventory, including mini track loaders with attachments, full-size track skid steer, track loader and backhoe, wheel loader with attachments, a 50-foot towable aerial lift, and a 45-foot self-propelled four-wheel drive lift. If you can't find it on our website, we can find it for you. Call for multi-day and weekend special rates. For a better center to serve you, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. For a bigger selection of trusted brands, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. And to better service your ride, no matter the size, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. Master mechanics, free shuttle service, and the fair deals you deserve. Take Littlefield Avenue to Bangor Tire, beside Dysart's in Herman. BangorTire.com.
We're more than just a tire store.
Well, it was a free fishing weekend over the weekend, giving people a chance to try out fishing without having to have a license. Unfortunately, it was rainy all weekend, so probably only the diehards were out there. And it looks like the rainy trend will continue. Let's check in with Devin Biggs for more.
Alrighty, Craig, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. With locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Here we go. Small craft advisory in effect for us, and this will last until about 8 a.m. as we head towards the Tuesday. You see that high surf advisory right here. It's actually further down to the south by the Boston area. That's under that advisory until 8 p.m. So for us, it's just a small craft advisory. The wave heights right now are at around 5 to 8 feet, so it's a little active out there this morning, and we'll keep this going through at least Tuesday with this area low pressure that continues to sit and spin and bring some rain with it as well. Not horrible rainfall. There's a few areas that aren't too wet, but some moderate rainfall to the south and east. This is all tracking to the west and a little bit to the north and west too, so we'll keep this rain going as the day progresses on. Notice the east to west pattern. Pretty much a general southeast to northwest is going to be the general idea for that direction today before we catch a little bit of a break later today to the afternoon period. So this will only be during the morning period, but then by the afternoon things will start to improve as we do proceed forward in time. But this is the area low pressure right here that's going to be sitting and spinning for the next several days. We'll have to wait until about Friday night for this thing to finally clear out of here and things start to improve just a bit. So futurecast moving forward for today, we have rain showers on the way. We'll have another wave on the way from the east going toward the west, especially as we head towards early Tuesday morning. And we'll keep that going throughout the day for you Tuesday as well. So again, just a dreary week on the way with plenty of rain that will be on the way as well. Even Tuesday night into Wednesday, notice where the area low pressure is at, continuing to send rain in our direction. So how much rain can we see for the entire week? It's going to be very gradual, though. We're not going to see all this all at once, but between now and at least Saturday afternoon, possibly up to an inch of rainfall before we're all finished up. We've been dry recently, too, so we could definitely use the rain. On top of that, we're dealing with some gusty winds, too, that can reach up around 20 to 30 miles per hour at times today, but becoming a little more widespread tomorrow as the area low pressure tracks to the north just a little bit. So again, be ready for a little bit of wind as well. Average high temperature 72 degrees, only in the middle to upper 50s the next few days, maybe some lower 60s Thursday into Friday, upper 60s Saturday, and some improvement as we head towards your Sundays. We're back in the lower 70s. So your forecast for today, mid-50s, scattered showers and breezy out there. The north wind getting up to around 30 miles per hour. For tonight, upper 40s, scattered showers and breezy out there again. The north wind getting up to around 15 miles per hour. For tomorrow, mid-50s, scattered showers, breezy out there again. North wind getting up to around 25 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. So here we go. Very soggy week on the way. Some breaks in the precipitation. We'll see some of that as well. But otherwise, though, plenty of rain shower chances on the way. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s.
Update your outdoor living space and make the most of your outdoor life with a new deck from Hammond Lumber Company. From wood to low-maintenance composite and PVC decking, Hammond has the materials, knowledge, and experience to help you get everything you need for that perfect new deck. Railing options include wood, composite, aluminum, and the modern look of cable railing. Your Hammond sales rep can answer any questions and will walk you through your options. Get the deck you want, the one you deserve, when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota LO1 series is rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Powerful Kubota diesel engine, ease of operation, and your choice of a dependable Kubota gear or HST transmission. The durable Kubota LO1 series tractor. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
It was like 8 o'clock and Rick's not home yet. I called his phone and there was no answer. My front doorbell rings. I knew the minute I heard the doorbell what was on the other side. They knew that Rick was driving 8 miles an hour and the brakes were engaged and the person that rear-ended him just wasn't paying attention. Unless you're looking straight ahead, everything else you do is distracted driving. If this could help one family, time well spent. Nobody should have that knock on the door.
Caswell's Grocery Liquidation, where you shop first. Shop local. Great savings and selection. It's worth the trip. You won't be disappointed.
Your dollar goes a long, 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 long way at Caswell.
A Wall Street Journal report says retail egg prices are on track to drop back down to historic averages. Egg industry officials and farmers say that egg supplies have bounced back and egg-laying flocks have been rebuilt. A deadly avian flu outbreak, or bird flu, fueled price hikes to above $4 a dozen at the beginning of the year. One store chain official says prices should be back down under $2 a dozen. Shoppers are also seeing eggs on sale for the first time in months. Certainly good news. Also some promising news from the gasoline, too. Average gasoline prices in Maine have fallen about 0.6 cents over the last week or so, averaging about $3.53 a gallon today. That's according to Gas Buddy's weekly survey. Of course, we'll have to wait and see how Saudi Arabia's announcement that they're going to prop up prices, how that will affect things here in Maine. We'll be hearing about that in the weeks ahead, I'm sure. Well, that's about it for now. Good Morning America is next here on ABC 7. We'll continue broadcasting the morning news on Fox 22. We hope you have a great day.